So I'm in this little wooded area here. What I'm looking for is some form of branch or stick suspended in the branches that's not rotten. What the point in that is because it's going to be suspended in the air, it's going to be a lot better than anything sitting on the ground. If it's in the air, it's not going to have nearly as much moisture in it as something sitting on the ground. I would love to find some sycamore like that, but nah, I don't see anything. As a note of caution, people, that is why you don't drink directly from any form of water. That's some form of dead bird, large bird. That's why they teach you to purify your water first, because that is going to release contaminants into the water, and that can make you very sick. So let's keep on moving here. Hey, y'all. So I got my pieces. I didn't film it for time's sake because you can tell it's getting a little dark down here. What I got is a piece of floodwood that was hung up on a tree branch. It doesn't feel very dry, but it's one of the driest things I found so far. And then I grabbed a couple pieces of cedar. So one of them is bound to work. It's really hard finding dry wood down at a flood bottom, you know. But that's pretty much all this property is flood bottom. Now, I decided I'm going to switch to a Mora 2000 as my primary use knife. The tang on the Mora 2000 is a lot bigger, or longer rather, so I'm not as concerned with it like I was the other ones about, you know, the tang having an issue. Because my original Mora was a Mora Companion OD Green. There we go. This one, the tang's a lot longer, a lot more effective, I feel like. Though the blade shape is a little less than desirable. I don't like the sheath for this Mora at all. I want something I can gain entry to with one hand quickly and easily with very little effort. That was one of my favorite things about the sheath on my SOG. Could very easily gain access to the knife without needing to fiddle for a while. With the Mora 2000, you do. Now the spindle on these Bowdrills doesn't need to be, you know, perfectly round, but the more perfect you make them, the more likely you are to have success. Now if I don't have success with this right here, I'm going to have to, you know, jump to the cedar. And I got my tinder and everything. Now, I recommend that you gather all your stuff, your wood and everything, into a nice little pile before you start. But I don't do that when I know I'm not in a serious situation. And I do it that way because that keeps me on my toes, and I know how to quickly gather sticks for my fire on very little time, and that gives me good practice for being able to be quick enough when I need to be. Okay, there's our bow. Looks like a coat hanger. Alright, next you just need a bearing block. And what I'm going to use for that, if I can just use this right here. Bearing block, you can use any old wood. That's actually kind of surprisingly dry, considering it was sitting on the ground, especially. Anyway, I'm just going to carve out a little spot right there. I'm going to carve my divot into it. There we go. Here's our bearing block. And I'm going to go ahead and get ready, and I'll tune y'all in. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our tinder bundle, make it into a bird's nest. Take the tiniest, fluffiest stuff I'm going to put directly under there. Now I'm going to take some of these leaves right here. Be sure and to not use poison ivy leaves. If you use poison ivy leaves, you're going to be in for a really rough time. Alright, now we're just going to grind them in there. Now, with this basically going to end up being your nearly life or death scenario, you're really going to have to give it everything you have to make sure you get a fire. Gotta tell y'all what, that was tough. That wood was so wet. But I got it cool. I gotta change this battery on the camera real quick. Alright, y'all. That was actually pine, not cedar. Now, when my coal burns out, I'm gonna go ahead and light her up. So, get your tinder. Get all your tinder ready. Oh, heck, I nicked it. That would have sucked if I had destroyed it. Very gently put it in there. Now I'm just going to let that sit for a minute. Gain some strength on there. Alright. Now I'm going to get my stuff out of the way. I'm going to get out my birch bark I got. Alright. And now for the magic part. It's hot. And we have flames. Woo! Okay, y'all need to really soak that in. That was with pine, not cedar, pine. I misidentified it. Alright. I didn't realize what it was until after I opened it up and got a whiff of the smell. And it is so not cedar, that was definitely pine. You can really tell how wet it is, what everything is right now. Going by how hard it is to get even this birch bark to light up. You know, anybody who spends quite a bit of time in the woods knows birch bark is usually very easy to light. Matter of fact, for a lot of people like myself, it's the preferred tinder of choice for when you get a flame. Alright, there we go. And you can also use shavings from when you was carving the set. Help get your fire going as well. Okay, y'all. So, it was hard. I'm gonna roll some clippets right now of while I was shooting, while I was trying with those with that set. That was something else. That's one of the hardest bow drills I've ever had. see, I got it going. That fire's not going anywhere. Okay? Y'all can look at this. This right here is pine. Not cedar, but pine. Here, I'll let y'all see it up close. Now there's the bark. You can tell it's pine. There we go. Pine Bowdrill fire. Now, I'm very impressed with myself. Now I can accurately testify as to how difficult it is to use pine for a bow drill. Not only was it pine, but I got it going in a swamp bottomland. In the swamp bottomland, everything's wet, or it's damp. There is so much moisture down here, it's all just evaporating directly into the air, and it's just getting into everything. So if I was somewhere like in the mountains or a higher elevation area, doing a bow drill would be a heck of a lot easier. I'm used to doing it when everything is kind of moist. I'll get these sets out of the woods and I'll dry it inside of a car window so that way the heat from the sun basically just solar cooks it, and that works great. It's really easy. I love that. But just coming out here, only a knife and tools I carry on me every day, and getting that as wet as it is, as moist as it is, and with pine, I'm extremely satisfied with myself. If y'all would do me a great big favor, make me even happier, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I would also love it if y'all shared the video as well. More shares equal more subscribers. I haven't forgot about this giveaway I'm doing. I'm going to let y'all know once I hit about 1,000 subscribers. Okay? More videos planned in the future. It had just been a little while since I did a video, and I figured I'm just going to come out here and just do something. Okay? So, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Love the comments, y'all. I really do. Alright. I'm going to see y'all in the next video. And I'm out. Oh, one more thing. Like my Facebook page. I'm posting regularly on there. Things I don't do a video on, I'll take a picture of it and I'll put it on there. I do, different mushrooms I'll come across, wild plants, traps, that kind of thing. Check out my Facebook page, y'all. The link will be in the description, and the link will also be on my channel wallpaper, I guess you can call it. There's a link there too. Alright, y'all.